Wat sommer vir die mensies hierso. Kan ek hierdie instelling vir jou konnekteer?
Ja,
Kan maar uittrek.
ja, ja.
Dankie. Sien. Hij wijst wel roze. Oh, jene, hij wijst te veel.
Nee, ja. Ja, hij is ook ja.
Wat je eigenlijk is, dat spijs maakt.
Ja, draai nie die camera vir my laat hy daar kan sit. Hier na kyk, ek wil net sien
Okay.
hoe lyk die
Hoe lijkt het dan?
Hy is nog besig op te gaan. Al so 'n bietjie van dit leer.
Goed. Ons weet ons dat.
Ons het net met my die kan sê net vir my goed.
Okay, goed.
Kan jy
Net hierdie en die kyk op daar. Okay, hy moet so wees. Nou gaan jy. Daarso is jou dokument, né?
was
Okay. Daar. Okay.
okay.
Kan net gou nie wat sien. Ek kan al 5 mensies is al in.
Okay.
Lekker, ja.
So.
Yes. Ja. Lekker.
Okay. Ja.
Okay. Goed. Ek sit hierdie microfoon hier so.
Ek kom my blyskap blaai.
Asseblief.
Te braai is dit hulle net hierdie blink kop sien.
Ja, hier is jou.
Hy is bietjie kom ek sien dit gou so. Ek sien dit goed so. Ja, dink hy. Ek dink dis die posisie.
Dit is reg die een.
Dis die posisie wat
Ek kan hulle ontvang.
Okay.
Dan wil ek net voor ek hulle ontvang, hulle is nice, amper dan, gaan ek net gou ietsie kyk.
Okay.
Wat? Wag, laat ek sommer hulle ontvang en vir hulle hallo sê. Right, goed. Assa, ja nee, dis nog hulle. Goed, ek sit hierdie microfoon vir jou aan.
Okay.
Ek glo dit gaan reg wees, anders gaan jy net op die komputer een op, hoor. Okay. Ek net vir jou hierso verander, jou participant, maar tog net vir jou sê wie jy is. Right, reg so. En ons kyk gou hierso. Net so sien. Jou view gallery, né?
Ja.
Okay, fantastic. En dan gaan ons net vir jou gaan hier kyk. Nee.
Waar kan ander die as as nou?
Ek gaan nou. Ek sommer nou hoor. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, almost afternoon. How are you?
Good, thanks, and you?
Can
How
you
are
hear
you?
me clearly?
Yes. Yes.
Is it? Okay. If you are putting your settings, your volume, we can test it. Hi, Shani. Can we test your volume?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Is your volume on
Hello.
top volume?
Sorry,
Is your audio top?
I'll check.
Okay.
Yes, it's now top.
Okay. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Now it's better. Okay, let me just see something here. Just one moment, I just want to get into the settings. Audio settings. Oh, there you go. I'm going to test it quickly. Okay, right, I think that's great. This is better. Okay, Danielle, do I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay, great. We've got you. Thank you so much for being on time. Do appreciate. Let's see. We've got Nkululeko.
Yes.
Melvin. Do you prefer Melvin or what must we call you?
Either one is fine, but Malvin's fine. It's okay.
Melvin is fine. Okay. Yes, it's beautiful. Thank you. Then we have Neil. Hello, Neil.
Hello.
You well?
Yes.
And yes, fine, thank you. Then we have Shani.
Yes.
Hi, Shani. And we
Hello.
have, hi, thanks, guys. Ria Betswe. Hello, Ria Betswe. I'm going to ask you to unmute. There we go. Hello, sir. Are you well?
I'm well, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. Hi, Lutando. Let's
Hello.
just see. Is it Tando?
Yeah, my government name is Lutana. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you properly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
By the way, you can talk, looks like you are fluent in a lot of languages, sir.
I am.
Wonderful. That's such a, yeah, such an asset today. Okay. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. Maybe if you want like to grab something to drink, remember it's now 1.5 to 2 hours and I'll be with you shortly. Okay. Thank you so much.
What maybe using mobile devices. Yes. Try and put them against something so that it doesn't catch that because Daniela's in a car.
Yes.
But I don't know if she had
Oh,
something
yeah.
to
All right.
mount it up, but the
Yes.
rest of the guys, and we lost people now.
No.
Okay.
They just went. Okay, Jatine is here. No, they all did. Danielle,
And just the rest as well.
yes, you are, yeah, and everyone else, you are in the car. Maybe I can see you are in a car. Do you have anything that you maybe can just steady your device? Are you on your telephone? Yes, maybe use anything that you can steady it. Otherwise, it will, now go like this. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. I'll be with you shortly. Okay. Right. Thanks. Let's just see. JD, you well? Hi, JD. Let's just see you quick. Hello, JD. I will come back to you just now. Thank you. I shouldn't see.
Hi. Morning.
Hello, guys. Hi, Jadine.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. No, I came to say hello because I heard you calling out, and Adela just stepped out. Adele is the host, welcoming everybody into the meeting, and I'll be facilitating this session this afternoon. So it's now 5 to 12, and we said to people if they want to get a glass of water or anything they want to grab, maybe now, the other thing that I might just ask, and it might just help you as well, if everybody could have a piece of paper and a pen just close by, just in case I need you, I'm going to show you something, and then if you want to write a note or two, then you could do that. So I'm asking the group if they would all like just get a piece of paper or a pen or a notebook or just anything that you can scribble some notes on, and then we can use it as part of the discussion. So we'll start shortly. Thank you very much for joining earlier, because then we can promptly start at 12, have a meaningful discussion, and hopefully we even end earlier. But yeah, so give us another five minutes, and then we will commence with the group. Okay, thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Danny. Let's just see everybody's here. Okay. Let's see. 4 minutes to go. Okay. Who are we missing? Do we have Mbali? Okay. Let me call Mbali quickly. And then we can start. 1 second. Ah. We're just waiting on one more person. Thank you. Hi, Bobby. I just want to make sure that you are on board. Can you log in for us? Okay. Just join, Bali, join, and then you see, Tanala, okay, I'm going to admit everybody again, joining, and then you will see. Okay. Let's just see. Okay, great. All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, everyone. If you're ready, you almost should already. You can switch on your video and audio. Thank you so much. Mbali, I'm going to prompt you to see, let's just ask you to start your video, my dear, and ask to unmute. Let's see what's happening. Let's just see quick. Thanks so much for being on time. Okay, Mbali, let's just see quick. Ask to unmute. Okay. Mbali, if I can ask you to unmute, please. I'm prompting you to unmute. Hi, can you hear me, Mbali? Okay. Mbali? Let's just see here quick. 1 second. Thank you, people. That's why. Hello, Jadine. You well? Can you hear me, Jadine? Looks like you're freezing. Okay, Mbali. Go out and come in again and connect at least with audio. It will be, we'll be happy if we can see you, but connect at least with audio. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye. Hi, Jadine, how are you? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Wonderful.
Awesome.
All right, we're just waiting on one more person. Thank you so much. I'm just going to, I don't want to remove her here. Let's just see quickly. And then we'll be good to start. 1 second. Right. That gentleman, you can call him now.
No.
Second. That's Mbali got a problem with video. So I've asked her to come in again. We'll just see now.
You'll manage that for me on that side. If you need to text me, I'll text that. But,
Right, let's just see. She hasn't come in yet, but Danny, I'm handing over to you.
but you'll be able to see her from this side when she's.
Yes,
If she's not in, I will admit her.
yes,
But if there's technical issues, you'll just call her on the back end.
I will. I'm going to give her a call anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Me again. Hello guys, how you doing?
Telling you.
Good, good, good. Okay, so let me explain to you what's going to happen in the next hour and a half to 2 hours. My role is to facilitate a discussion, and I'll give you more detail about that. Your role is to participate in the discussion and to respond honestly with your views and thoughts with whatever we're discussing. Now, the nice thing about research, what I always tell people is that there's no right or wrong answer. Your views is what a client is interested in. So therefore, it's more important for us to have honest feedback than to have politically correct or socially accepted answers from everybody to say that, oh no, we are all happy, and oh no, we are all sad. The different views is what actually clients would like to ascertain. So I just want to check. I did let Mbali in, but I did see that she's still not connected via audio. And I'm just gonna see if I can. Adele will give her a call. Okay, so as I said, we do record the sessions, and I hope that I've got everybody's consent to continue recording the session. But this is just so that I'm not writing down every single thing that you are saying, and that takes 3 hours to do. I'm nursing an injury with my one arm, so please forgive me. And then the other thing is that I am at times going to be looking away from the screen, taking some key notes, just so that I don't forget also one of the aspects that we are discussing. So to start us off, I'm going to ask you all to introduce yourself. I just think of this as a speed dating portion of the discussion, where you are sharing information with another person to get to know you better. So I'd like you to give me your name, your age, what do you currently do for a living, and what do you do for your pastime in terms of hobbies or any particular interest that you have. I always start with the person that's in my left-hand screen right at the top. Danielle, you are in that position. So if I can start with you, please introduce yourself. What I also like to ask, just because we're not sitting in the same room and we're online, if you want to say something while someone is speaking, or someone jurs, you can kind of like prompts you to think of something, please just wave across the screen. I'll acknowledge you and I'll move the conversation to you. Or you can use the electronic hand beneath in Zoom to just raise your hand, and I will acknowledge that and direct the conversation to you. I'd really appreciate that. But let's keep it flowing. Let's have a discussion. Danielle, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I work at Recharge Coffee as a waitress. I like watching anime.
Okay.
I can't remember the list.
Okay. And how old are you, Danielle?
I'm 25.
Okay. Thank you. Neil, if you can introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Neil. I'm 25. I currently do part-time work for Orca Consulting while finishing my honors.
Okay. Okay. And what do you do for your pastime, Neil, when you got some free time?
Not so much anymore due to the prices, but I used to play paddle a lot. I'm big into reading fantasy books, and I also watch anime as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Melvin?
Hello, everybody. My name is Melvin. I am an IT manager for a litigation firm. In my past, for hobbies, I usually like hiking, waterfall hunting, etc. And I'm 30 years old.
Okay. Thank you very much. Lutando?
Hi guys, I'm Tando. I'm 28 years old. I work at State of Flow as a manager, and I also part-time work for Flow Explorer as a app developer. For my part-time, I go to the gym, work on a lot of AI projects, and yeah, hang out with my friends.
Okay. Okay. Shani, yourself?
I'm Shawnee. I'm 25 years old. I'm currently an administrative assistant for a tourism company. And for hobbies, I also like going on hikes, walking, and so on.
Okay. JD?
Hi, I'm Trading Lights. I'm 34. I don't know if I'm the oldest here now because everyone is in their 20s. I am an administrator for a political party. I'm not going to say which one. Just now, you guys come after me. And in my spare time, I am a secretary for Easter's Youth Development Movement, where we help our young youth in Easter's with skills development, economic development, and just getting work for our young people. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what
Okay.
I do basically on a daily basis.
Okay. Riabetsa?
Hello everyone, I'm Ria Betwe. I am a tutor. I have a learning center. It's called Nova Learning Center. So it's a tutoring program that I run. And yeah, that's what I do. And then in my leisure time I play chess, I read fiction and theology, and yeah, I'm
Okay.
26.
Okay, so thank you for the introduction, guys. From this moment on, it's now free flowing discussion, and I'd like us to keep it that way. Before we focus in on a particular aspect of our discussion, I would like to understand, and we are going to speak about telecommunication in the broader sense, but I'd like to understand how data and internet access fits into your daily life. I mean, thinking of your own behavior, do you agree or disagree that data and internet access have become more important in your daily life? Who's going to start us off and express their views on this? Otherwise, I'm going to pick on someone.
I'll start.
Okay, Sriyabetu, you start. Let's start with you.
Uh okay, from my perspective, I would say yes, internet connection and having access to internet in our daily lives, in my daily life, has significantly improved, because I mean everything that we do now in terms of communication, whether you run your business or whatever, you have to use the internet and whatever tools like the AI tools. Now we have, I think, Grok, ChatGTP, Claude, and the rest of them. So yeah, it just makes everything convenient. And yes, I've been consuming a lot of internet time and spending time there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Neil, for you?
Yeah, I'd probably say it impacts every single part of my day, because if I'm not using the internet for doing my work for my honors, watching videos to try and figure things out, that or videos available on YouTube, I also need it for the part-time work I do for Orca. Yeah, basically when there's load shedding and I don't have access to the internet, I generally go find somewhere where I need it, because I basically have to use it every day. I don't think there's days where I go without using the internet.
Okay. Shani, for you?
Internet does play a large role in my daily life, as I do need it to communicate with my colleagues and business partners, well, not business partners, but bosses and clients as well. So I do depend on it every day, especially for my work.
Okay. And also, guys, I want you to relate to it as well for me as well in the context of, personal activities as well. I mean, a lot of us are combining work and personal, but is it playing a role at a personal level as well to enhance your life, Shani?
Yes, it does. I do use the internet for workout activities, on how to do, cooking as well, just to improve my daily activities. So I do rely on internet as well for my daily activities.
Okay. Tando, for you?
Uh, okay, yeah. For work, I use the internet like every day. I work from home mostly, so yeah, I think without the internet, I would not have a job, I guess. But yeah, so to communicate with my partners, to speak to clients as well, and yeah, for personal, I would say every day. Well, with the Netflix or watching stuff on YouTube, and yeah, so yeah, every day.
Okay. So is there anyone that has a different view about how important? Because I think that there is this consensus that's coming out that says it is important. We are agreeing with the statement that says internet access and data has become very critical to our daily lives, whether incorporating personal usage or business usage, right? So if we think for a moment just about mobile data on the go and what do we use our data more importantly for when thinking about your mobile phone? And Danielle, let me start with you in terms of that, and then I'm going to come to Jadine. If you think about your mobile usage, what do you tend to use it more on when you're not at home?
When I'm not at home, it's usually like I'm like on campus or like with friends. So if I use my mobile data, it's usually like WhatsApp or like, yeah, but nothing major like YouTube or Instagram. Usually if I'm not at home, like I'm doing something. So if I use mobile data, it's just communicating with people.
Okay. Jadine, for you, your mobile data?
For me, I usually use it for WhatsApp mainly because of communication. I always have to be in communication with someone somehow, as well as with my emails. So I have to check, or the organization, I have to check my work emails, I have to check my personal emails. So basically, emails and WhatsApp. And Facebook, because I'm forever on my phone.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, that's
So,
basically what I use it for when I'm not at home with internet. Yeah.
okay, Melvin, for you, your mobile usage is driven by what activities or your mobile when you're on the go?
So I follow the sentiment of Danielle and Jadine. It's mostly communication, WhatsApp, social media engagements, or if I am outdoors, etc., I'll use it for maps, just to get like a geographical location and whatnot. But yeah, it's mostly
Okay.
communication.
Okay, so would we be saying, the question would be, so are we saying there's a different behavior that we have on the go than what we are at home, than when we are at home, and connected to the internet at home? Is it different or is it very similar activities? And if they are different, what makes them different? Why is there a difference? Shani, for you, behavior
Um,
at home versus on the go.
at home, I usually do use internet for work, and if I'm on the go, I use it for maps, WhatsApp, or also social media activities, more leisure time. And at home, mostly for work and emails, communication.
Okay, okay. Tando, for you, that difference in mobile versus at home?
Well, at home it will usually be more focused, like yeah, like Shani said, for work. And on the go it will just be maps, nothing too serious, communication, and getting directions.
Okay.
Yes.
Danielle, for you, is it any different to what Shani and Lutando has kind of like demonstrated? And maybe let's also bring it directly to what are the big activities that you do at home that might be consuming a lot of data that you're not doing on your mobile phone?
At home, like not work, but like I'm a student, so it's like probably a big part of my day is like making summaries and stuff like that. And then you're just watching like shows and Instagram and stuff like that at home, which I
Okay.
wouldn't do as much necessarily like on the go. I wouldn't use maps at home. Forgot about maps. But yeah.
Okay. Neil, for you?
Yeah, so it's more or less the same for me. For me, my usage at home versus on the go is mainly split due to large data consumption. Like if I'm out in public, even if I have a spare time or I don't know what to do at that time, I'm not going to go open up and put in my earphones, open up Netflix or stuff like that because it consumes large amounts of data. I'll do things like that at home where I'm on Wi-Fi, but on the go, mostly I'll just be on WhatsApp always, or I try and limit using anything that, even Instagram, I don't go on it because I try and limit anything that takes a lot of data usage.
Okay, Rebecca, for you, before we move on?
Uh I mainly use my phone at home because I'm on the go, when I'm mobile, I don't carry my smartphone. I I use a small phone whereby I load minutes, and that's how I communicate with the learners of my of the parents of my learners. I'm a literature guy, so I only go into the internet when I'm compelled to in terms of research at home, but I mostly shy away from internet usage and mobile data usage. So yeah.
Okay, okay. So I would like to ask you, and specifically that when we think about home internet access now for a minute, let's leave our mobile, our consumption there. Why is having internet access at home an important thing for you? Jadine, if you think about it, why is having internet access important for you when at home?
Because I think the children will kill me if we don't have Wi-Fi at home.
The children.
Who is on their phone, they want to watch the YouTube, they have homework to do. Uh, Actually, last month I didn't pay the Wi-Fi. I was testing them, my 2-year-old as well. So I was testing them anymore. So they depend on it, like for the schoolwork, their leisure time. So yeah, but I do use it for work as well. So it is very important to have connection at home.
Okay. Neil, for you, why is internet at home an important thing?
For me, it's mainly tied to my studies because I'm not one of those people that go to libraries to study, and that I work based from home. So I usually have everything set up there. I have videos, or I use AI sometimes as well if I don't understand something, see if that can help. So mainly everything tied to my studies, I use internet for, whether it's actually doing work or studying for tests. I always use internet to do those things.
Okay. Danielle, for you?
Um, Basically the same as Neil, because like I'm dyslexic, and then I would like send my study material to ChatGPT and like make it adapt. Like I don't like no big paragraphs. Like if it can make it simpler to understand, like make it simpler. And I wouldn't be. It would take me ages to like do that manually myself. So with the internet, like with ChatGPT, and then I could just quicker like do my summaries and stuff, or like to study for tests and stuff.
So Melvin, I want to ask you, besides studies and literature and reviews and AI, are there any other major consumption activities that is being done on the internet for you specifically?
Yeah, of course. Firstly, media, we're in the digital age nowadays. Nobody's watching like DSTV and whatnot. We use streaming stuff, as I said earlier, social media. So yeah, it's mostly like media content if we're taking away from research and literature, etc.
Okay, okay. And in the household, I mean, and I don't know what your household life stage is like now, but how many people are actually accessing the internet and doing their own activities independently? Is it just you? Are you sharing it with others? How many have got access to this internet? And also, is it open to friends and family that come and visit? Danielle, at your house, how many people access the internet?
Basically any friends that come over, and like if somebody's power is out and they need to do an online test, like we would usually tend to like go to each other's places and use their Wi-Fi to do our stuff we need to do for like Ifundi or whatever. But like
Mm.
basically anytime somebody comes to my place, they connect to the Wi-Fi.
Okay. Shani, for you, how many people are connected to the internet and
To
using it?
me, me including, I do have a roommate, and she usually just uses it for Netflix and relax. She doesn't work from home. I do work from home, so I mostly use it for work. Also, after work hours, social media, streaming platforms. Yes.
Mm. And are we opening up the Wi-Fi to friends and family that come and want the password?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Lutando, for you, how many people are using the internet?
So it's just me primarily, but yeah, when friends come over and so on, they would hop on. Obviously, I just give them the password, and yeah, it depends. I think not more than 4 people at a time.
Okay, okay. Jadine, for you, you said the internet is for the children, but do they have free access to use the internet? And and do things on the internet, and how many people are there? Jadine, you're on mute. Jadine? Jadine? You're on,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I was just muting for my child because it was here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I
Sorry
can.
about it. So yeah, when I'm here at my grandfather's house, so at my grandfather's house, there's about I pay for the Wi-Fi here as well. So there's about 10 people connected.
10 people are
Yeah.
connected to the internet.
Well, they're not always at the same time at home,
Mm.
but by he's around when he's yeah. But
Okay.
it's basically and there's friends also that comes and it's connected, family that's connected, yeah.
Mm.
So
And just
it's a whole
in,
family affair, yeah.
it's a family affair. I just wanted to ask, because just in other groups that we've conducted, you actually realize that apart from the people that are connected, do you have any other devices that are connected to your internet? Any home devices, appliances, and things like that? Has anybody done something like that for their connectivity? Lutando, besides the people that have got access to the internet, are there any products and devices connected to it?
Well, yeah, so it's the laptops, the phones, Google Chrome. Does the watch count? A smartwatch?
Yes. Anything that you're connecting to the internet.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be those.
Okay.
Oh, the TV, I guess.
The TV as well. Melvin, for you, what kind of devices are you connecting up to your internet connectivity?
So it would personally be the same. Smart TVs, smartwatches, phones, gaming consoles, and I have a NAS backup system that I connect to my internet at home.
Okay. Neil, for you?
It's more or less the same. It's my phone, my laptop, my tablet, or TV. It's basically those that are connected to it.
Okay. Riabitsa, what are you connecting to your home connectivity?
Mostly the tablet that I use for my lessons. So yeah.
The tablet that you're using for your license, no other major devices.
No.
Okay. And if I asked you, because interesting enough, and I sometimes want to make sure that we are using the same words or using words interchangeably, but you know what I'm saying. If you think about the words and phrases you personally use in conversation when talking about your home internet, what words are you using? I say home internet. I've heard others say Wi-Fi. When we're in conversation, what is the terminology that we are using to speak about our home connectivity? Daniela, what words makes your language that everybody understands?
I just usually just say Wi-Fi.
When you talk about what's happening in the house, you're saying, is
Yeah.
it like saying my Wi-Fi is down?
Oh, it's like it depends. Like if it's what my data and like the signals, but I just talk about the signal. But other than that, it's just like Wi-Fi.
Okay. Shani, for you, what words are we using in our level of conversation?
I usually say my router because my Wi-Fi, yes. So I just say, oh, the router is slow, or if the Wi-Fi is bad, sometimes with the internet, I just say, I just unplug the router or plug it in. Yeah, I just say router.
Okay. Neil, what's your conversation? What's your terminology?
Yeah, I just refer to it as like the Wi-Fi is down, or the Wi-Fi is slow, or throttling, or something like that. And yeah, I basically just refer to it Wi-Fi as. But if I'm on my phone, I refer to it as my data.
Okay. Melvin, for you, is it the similar or other words?
It's very similar. It's literally Wi-Fi or internet is down. You just move on.
Okay. Tando, for you?
Yeah, for me, it's just the Wi-Fi is down.
Okay, so we generally have that. Jadine, do you use any other words when you're trying to tell people what the problem is at home?
It's Wi-Fi and I say just reboot the Wi-Fi.
Okay, until Riabetsu, similar for you.
Wi-Fi router.
Wi-Fi all the way.
Okay, so it's Wi-Fi. So if I say home internet, I'm kind of like talking, or if I say the Wi-Fi, we mean the same thing, so that we know how we're carrying on. Okay. So what are some of the big frustrations that you currently seem that you are experiencing with your home internet connectivity? What are those things that you kind of like can highlight as the big frustrations? Neil, if I start with you.
For me, the only real issue I would have is consistency. Some days it can be very fast, other days it's very slow. And but yeah, for me, like when my Wi-Fi is giving issues, even just the calling process to get it fixed takes me hours. Yeah, like my biggest issue with my Wi-Fi is just consistency.
Okay. So that's consistency there. Shani, for you, what are the big frustrations that you are experiencing with your internet connectivity?
It is also consistency. Sometimes it is fast during the day and during the night, or it's slower for some
Okay.
reason. Yes.
Okay. Anyone else, Lutando, that you kind of like, are there any other major challenges that you experienced? For Neil, it was the consistency, Shani the same, but for Neil, it was also getting it fixed when there is a problem, the time it takes to get it fixed.
Well, yeah, for me, I would also say it's consistency. And I think so, like heading towards the end of the month, I would notice it getting a little slower. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist. But yeah, that would be it for me.
Okay. So again, relating to speed and consistency in that speed. Melvin, for you, any other major frustrations, whether it become to that?
Not necessarily. I mean, I haven't really had a lot of downtime with my Wi-Fi and anything. I think mostly it would just be like the coverage, but that's usually putting an extender somewhere in the house and then
Okay.
coverage all around. But no, I haven't really had
Okay.
that much issues.
So you would add to the list maybe coverage, and that's the Wi-Fi reaching other areas of the house. And you
Yeah.
say how you've dealt with it, you've bought extenders
Yes.
to
So I
to
just meshed the whole house basically.
okay, so you've created a mesh. Jadine, for you, what kind of frustrations has the internet brought to you at your grandfather's house?
I have to agree with Melvin with the coverage because when when I'm here at the back of the yard, I don't have coverage. But if I go across the road, there's coverage across the road. So by that, the Wi-Fi extender. Oh, actually, I just moved it to another room, so now it's better. Now the whole yard is covered. So yeah,
Okay,
coverage
okay.
was the problem. Yes.
But how have you what have you done to solve the coverage problem? Jadine, have you done anything?
I just contacted my service provider again. Very easy process. Contact them via WhatsApp, and they came to just sort it out. Just move the Wi-Fi to another room, and it was sorted.
Okay, okay. So that was done. Danielle, for you, any significant frustrations that you would highlight if you think about your internet experience at home?
Uh, Not really that I've noticed.
Okay.
Maybe a bit slow at times, but nothing really that I would notice. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Riabetso, anything from you from a challenge or frustration point of view?
I think it's usually on weekends when I have the learners here. So it's about a group of 8 students. So I let them connect because they request for taxis when they go home. But I think maybe they do more than that because every time after they leave, the Wi-Fi is like slow. So maybe they use it to download, I don't know, whatever. But after it gets congested, yeah, the speed
Okay.
dies.
So seemingly, and I'm going to sum this up, and you guys can correct me. The two big issues that is being highlighted is more in terms of the connectivity and that speed, whether it is slow or fast by day or night, or as Tando says, maybe it's a conspiracy thing, but at the end of the month, he seems to see a different behavior. And then there's the coverage issue. So technically, those are the two major things, and how people have addressed the coverage is either to put in a Wi-Fi mesh or an extender, or Jadine contacted the service provider. They came to move the router to another.
No?
I think his connectivity, as we were speaking about it.
Oh, the irony.
So hectic.
10 out of coverage now.
That's funny.
Hello, guys. Sorry, we just had a froze here on our side of everything. So I'm going to hand you back to Danny. Danny, you can continue this one.
Okay. Have I got everybody there? Hey guys, sorry about that. We had I don't know if there's a power issue around the area, but we had a network break. Let me just see if I've got everybody back in. Is everybody still in the group? We've got Melvin, Riabitsa. I think we must just call. Do we still have? Don't you want to just put this on gallery so I can see everybody in the smaller gallery? It's close there. There's Tando. I can see Tando now. Everybody still stay. Guys, thank you very much for still staying um, in in the group. My apologies. Let me just regroup and Adele, I would also just need that memory stick to continue at some point. Okay, so guys, as we were talking about, and just in the interest of time, we were discussing the frustrations that we were feeling or that we were experiencing. And we had indicated that coverage is normally sorted out by bringing in an extender into the environment or calling your call center or your service provider. And then the other one was speed. And I just wanted to ask, are we doing anything to address the issue of speed when we have this frustration? Shani, you spoke about your speed fluctuating. Neil also spoke about it. But I just want to understand, are we doing anything specifically to address the speed issue, or do we just accept it and let it go?
I have not done anything yet. I usually just unplug it, plug it back in, and hope for the best.
Okay. Neil, when you've got the speed experience and it fluctuates, what are we doing?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest. Because my service provider has such a long call time, and I usually run out of airtime half of the time before they even answer and have to start all over again. I genuinely avoided it. I've unplugged the router, chain, logged into the router, tried to change settings there that I've seen people recommend for higher speeds, but besides that, nothing else.
Okay. So you're the technical one that tries to solve the problem by applying some things. Melvin, when you ever have speed or internet buffering or slow speed, what are we doing to address it?
I usually go to like a backup solution, whether that be like mobile hotspot or something in that regard. In the interim, whilst I am resetting my router, I have like Neil tried the configuration format, but that's usually for like coverage and stuff. But if there is downtime, usually, and I am busy, I'll go to like a mobile backup solution.
Okay. Tando, for you, that end of the month conspiracy, are we doing anything to address it
Well,
or what do we do?
Well, I would say, well, just a broader picture. In the past, I have moved service providers because of, I think it was like issue with coverage and so on. But I would say, generally speaking, now I am happy with my service provider. If I have like downtime, let's say just it's slow or uh, load shedding or whatever the case may be, I would just go to an alternative source like my phone or um, if both are off because of Wi-Fi, I'll just go to like a coffee shop or so on.
Okay. Okay. So let's continue and say, um, if if we think about our home technology that we use, so there's so many different products on the market, right? And I'm trying to get you to think about the stage before you decide to to choose a particular product. What was the trigger that actually got you to think you do need internet access? Melvin, for you, what made you realize I need internet access in my house or I need this type of technology into my house? What problem were you trying to solve or address that got you to make that decision?
I think it was multiple things. One was definitely work. I needed internet for remote work if I needed to log in for clients, etc. The other thing was, like I stated earlier, I mean, we're in the digital age. Everything happens on the internet nowadays, communication, etc. So you'd want to have internet in your home to do all those things, whether that be YouTube, Netflix, Crunchyroll, whatever it may be. So yeah, that prompted me to move into the digital age. Another thing was online gaming. So
Online
eventually
gaming. Okay.
activity to
Okay.
to carry on with that.
Danielle, what was the trigger for you? What was the circumstance that was now going to be addressed through getting internet? What was it for you?
Um, so my previous best friend, she started studying a year before me. So we moved in initially together and she already had Wi-Fi. And then you just got used to it. So when we moved out, like just you got used to like living with the Wi-Fi. And yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Neil, for you?
I'm gonna be honest, like my parents just had Wi-Fi when I was still in school, so I just got used to it. And as I went on my own, I just got Wi-Fi as well because I'm so used to using it. It almost feels like you're living in a different world if you don't have it once you've gotten used to it.
Okay, so it's part of that extension of a younger life that just continued. Lutando, for you?
For me, I worked full time, and then we switched to digital nomad, and I think just needed to have Wi-Fi for work and so on. And yeah, it's just I got so used to it that I feel like I can't go without it.
Okay. Jadine, earlier you spoke about the children, but I just wanted to know, what was there anything else that was the main trigger that made you realize I need to have internet in my home?
FOMO. FOMO, because
FOMO.
I love social media. FOMO, yes, that was the reason because I always had to stay connected. I think back in the day, I was a lot on Twitter, which is X now. And that was the time what AKA and Casper Nyovest and that beef they had going on. So I always said, was it basically the real reason why I got it.
Okay. But Jadine, can I play devil's advocate and say, could you not still have done that on your mobile phone? I mean,
Yes,
social
yes,
media is on your
yes,
mobile
definitely.
phone. Hmm.
But with fiber, you stay connected.
Staying connected. Okay, so you were trying
You
to stay
always, when you're at home,
connected.
you stay connected. With the
Okay.
data, then you ran out of data, then you have to make plan to buy more data. No, with the fiber, you just stay connected, and you don't
Okay.
miss anything.
So now that we understand the trigger, either wanting to continue with a life journey from childhood into young adulthood, the fear of missing out, work demands, the digital age that we want to be a part of, studying. So now we understand the trigger. I just wanted to understand, how did you go about sourcing information about the different internet solutions and products that are available to you, um, in order to get home internet? So, what was the sources of information you used, Neil? Where did you go to find out everything you needed to know?
For myself, the place I moved into, once we moved in, the person that was showing us around just told us that MWeb, majority of the people here get it for MWeb, and it worked really well. And I was just, okay, I'll just do MWeb. But in the end, I wish I didn't because they were a bit lying on that one. So I just went straight, and I wish I did more research.
Okay, so you didn't do a lot of research. Yours was a referral. Someone made a recommendation from
Mhm.
the immediate area to go with a certain service provider.
Yeah.
Shani,
Um,
how did you go about?
my brother actually recommended the Wi-Fi that I use now. So I also haven't done a lot of research. I'm not that good with all that. So yes, he told me to get it and he helped me get it.
Okay, so again, recommendation from a family or friend was powerful there. Ria
Yes.
Betswe, for you,
Oh, my Vodacom app. So I think now it's called VodaPay, but I usually went there to do the Vodabox to tap and play, and it recommended a package.
okay. So
Yeah.
your mobile service provider is Vodacom, Ria Betswe. So you just went with the same provider?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And Lutando, for you?
I just asked a bunch of friends and then I searched on Google. I actually just wanted the cheapest one, to be honest. And that's why I had so many problems initially. And then, yeah, so that's how I initially sourced information.
Okay. Lutando, have you subsequently moved from your original cheapest one, or are you still with them?
No, no, I moved from the cheap one to where I'm at right now.
Okay, okay. We'll get to understand that dynamics.
Thank you.
Jadine, for you, did you do a lot of research? How did you make that
Mm,
decision?
No, I've always been a telecom data girl since I got that number. So, but when our area started getting fiber, I just went along with it. I didn't do much research.
Okay.
So I just went along with connection there.
Okay. So clearly what I pick up you saying is that for a lot of you, and please correct me again if I'm wrong, not a lot of research was done with getting it. Melvin, I don't know if I asked you how you got to your service provider. I know your trigger, but what did you do a lot of research compared to the rest, or was it a foregone conclusion?
No, I definitely did a lot of research within my area. I basically checked what fiber operators were around, and then, like a lot of people, went through word of mouth. But what I usually found is like the majority of people, if like a lot of people have a certain operator, the downtime would go down. So I started looking for niche operators around the area, which got me to Web Africa. And that's why I really haven't had any issues in that regard.
So if I hear what you're saying correctly, Melvin, is that you went with the opposite. Even
Yeah.
though people were recommending a certain service provider, you were looking at who's available in your area, but is not being recommended. So
Yeah,
so kind of like
basically.
investigating what do they offer, and maybe they've got more uptime than downtime.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, because with all the people that were recommending me a certain operator, whenever I'd be at their house and whatnot, they'd have downtime. They usually like have connectivity issues, and I'd look at them and be like, "But you're recommending this to me. I'm not going that route." Eh?
Okay, okay, that's an interesting. But if we think about, even though some of you have gone for recommendation, that might have been by like Shani, that her brother said for Neil, it was the real estate agent or the person that was taking them around. Um, I want to understand what are the factors that you look for. So if you had to choose, if there was a whole bunch of service providers available to you right now, what would you be taking into consideration as factors that would influence you in making that choice? So if you could do this all over again, what influences you? What would influence you? Neil, if I again start with you, what would you be looking
Uh,
for?
for me, I first like to start researching with how the fiber provider, of how what their performance are in that area, as well as a big thing for me would be researching their after sales services, like when there's connectivity issues, the process
Mm,
of contacting them to fix it. Because for me, I don't contact them because it just takes too long. Also, I would also want to go research how often people actually complain about ups and downs or consistent speeds. So yeah, I think that would be my process once I switch again.
Neil, I'm gonna continue with you because I want people to add something to that question as well. The question would be, you say you're gonna research this. Where would you be going to find out that information that you'll be researching?
For the first part, the operator, I'm just gonna Google a bunch of different ones and then continuously search how their performance is in whichever area I'm there. From there on, I go to just read reviews as well for after sales services because that's when I remember did wrong with my service provider. Afterwards, I saw everyone complaining about their after sales
mm,
services, how long it takes, any help it takes, like that. And then, yeah, I think that would be my main, and then deciding on a package by actually just also looking at the reviews for that. So basically, mainly off reviews from people.
Okay. Lutando, for
Um,
you, if you had to evaluate what's important for you now, and where would you get that information?
well, I agree with Melvin and Neil with the whole doing your research first before going into it. I would, yeah, just ChatGPT, look at reviews, what people said about the services. And yeah, I think, like Neil said, the after sales services is important because once you have these issues or have this product and it's not serving you the way it needs to, that can be a problem. So yeah, put a lot more thought into the reviews, also the reviews based on my neighborhood and so on, and not just go for price.
Not just go for price. Okay, Shani, for you, what would be important for you about a service provider in helping you make a decision?
Um, I'd say I'll do the same as Neil and Tondo. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say on that. Also, just do research, go in person to the service providers maybe, and not doing everything online.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking more, Ria Betswe, any things that's important for you in helping you choose a service provider?
Yeah, you spend time with the text of the criticism that the service provider gets. So back then I did it on Twitter. Now it's called X. So yeah, I think when you go in there, you might find some really raw, definite opinions that
Okay.
Mm.
vary.
So what I'm picking up, you guys are saying is that reviews, even though you have a criteria, after sale service, all these network coverage, how strong they are, how fast is their network. For a lot of you, you're saying that reviews would be important and
Yes.
and be a big influencer again in helping you make a decision. Even though you have a list of criteria, the reviews of what people are saying against those criteria would be important. Would that be a correct summary of how you go about it?
Yes.
So now I
I would
want to
say
understand, and a lot of the time someone said they're not like Neil, who's kind of like can configure a router and change things and stuff like that. I want to ask you, the service provider decision is one aspect. What do you take into consideration when choosing a package or a plan or a technology? What is important for you? Because the service provider could be an MWeb, AfriHost, a Vodacom, a Telcom, a different, but inside of that service provider, there's a package that is being connected into your home. And I just want to understand, why do you choose, or how do you go about choosing what is the best solution for you? Melvin, if I had to start with you, what are you taking into consideration to choose that?
I think it definitely would be speeds, the
Speeds.
speed of the package, the costing of a said package would be like the first two areas I'd look into. And then the type of package it is. Is it like a wireless package? Is it a fiber package? Is it an LTE package? So I'd look at
Okay.
those three things, yeah.
Okay. Ria Betswe, when you choosing a package, what are you taking into consideration?
the their fair user policy. I think fair usage policy. Yeah, that thing. Because when you when you get towards the going back to that thing of the conspiracy theory, so when you have, I think, went above the fair usage policy, then the Wi-Fi starts to throttle back and the speed gets affected. So yeah, I mainly look at that.
Okay. Anything
Mm.
else after fair usage policy for you, Ria Betswe, in terms of what's important?
I think the reliability of the towers, like the area that I am now in, I think Vodacom covers it pretty well because we don't have fiber here.
Okay, you don't have fiber there, so you look at the coverage, the towers in the area where you are. Shani, for you, what do you look at in helping you choose that specific package? Forget the service provider now. What are we looking at in terms of the package?
Like I said, my brother chose it for me. He really did set everything up, and I just trusted him on his opinion and everything. So I really nothing so to do with that aspect.
Okay. And if you had to now, let's say tomorrow you would move into a new place, how would you go about choosing the internet plan or package for your house? What are you going to consider important?
Consistency, so
Okay.
that the connection is consistent during the whole day, especially at night as well, not just during the day. And then the speed.
And then, so you're looking at speed and things like that. Daniela, for you?
Um, Honestly, I'm the same as Sean. I don't know really anything about Wi-Fi. Usually, I get somebody like who knows more about it, and I just trust them.
Okay.
And so far, it's worked out for me.
Okay.
As long as like it's consistent in the speed, like yeah, I don't know what else to actually look out for because
Okay.
my place
Okay.
is small, so coverage isn't really much of an issue.
Okay.
Well,
So
at
when
least
you
on now.
when you speak coverage, you talk about the rooms in where you
Yeah,
stay. That okay.
yeah, it's small, so it's not really. I never ever had like a coverage issue. It's not a big place. It's yeah.
Okay. So if we had to just talk about and I want to come back to earlier, Melvin spoke about it and spoke about the different technologies. He spoke about fiber, he spoke about LTE, he spoke about 5G, he spoke about wireless, he spoke about fixed and stuff like that. Now, I want to just understand, Melvin, what do you use in your home for your internet connectivity?
So I have a fiber line.
You have a fiber line coming into
Yes.
your home.
Yes.
Riabetsu, you are currently using fiber. What do you use for your
I
internet?
use I have a fixed SIM card, LTE from Vodacom.
Fix Fix SIM card LTE for Vodacom. Jadine, you use
I have fiber.
fiber. Danielle,
Also fiber.
fiber. Shani,
LTE.
you use LTE. Lutando,
I also have fiber.
you got fiber, and Neil.
Five as well.
Okay, so I just want to understand with that. What do you perceive to be the different advantages and disadvantage of the technology that you use? Let me first speak to the fiber people. Melvin, according to you, what are some of the major advantages that fiber brings, and why did you choose fiber?
For me, I think it's that direct one-to-one connectivity from like my household to the service provider tower, etc. Right? When I looked at the different packages like wireless to tower or LTE, it was a coverage issue. So I knew that my downtime would come down. But if I had a connection to fiber directly, I wouldn't have that downtime or less downtime, I'd rather say.
Okay. Okay. The other people that Shani, you got LTE, Shani. Jadine, why did you choose fiber, and what is the advantage of having fiber?
It's the fact that I can use like multiple devices that can be connected here, the speed as well, and also just it's the distance and everything is just, how can I say, what's the word I'm looking for? It's convenient. It's
It's convenient.
convenient. It's
Okay.
convenient, yes.
Okay. Lutando, why fiber and not LTE or any other thing? Why fiber for you?
Well, I would agree with Melville. I think I also made a similar assessment. Just convenience, coverage, and speed. I would say those were my biggest factors.
Okay. Neil, for you?
For me, it is. I just remember when we were when I was still living with my parents, they had another line, and then the fiber line was installed, and they switched to that, and it was just very fast. So I just always in my mind just perceived fiber to be faster and work better. So I was just going from the other line to that, and not really understanding the difference, just having the perception that fiber seems faster.
Okay. Daniela, for you, the choice to go fiber, what drives that, and what's the advantage of having fiber for you?
I'm just most people in my life has fiber and like all of them said like it's a good to go and like it's fast and stuff. And yeah. And then the other ones who didn't have fiber mainly like complained about their Wi-Fi, so seemed trustworthy enough.
Okay. Okay. So it was also just based on other people's recommendation and the popularity of the technology that others were using, even within family or within the area.
Yeah.
Shani, you said you use LTE.
Yes.
Is this a SIM card in a big router, or is this a SIM card in a small router, or
It is a SIM card in like a small router, I'd say, and it's very convenient for me. And it's good enough for my day-to-day work and just internet usage.
okay? And you say you primarily got it because your brother had recommended it to you rather than anything else.
Yes,
Okay.
because he used it, and then he recommended it to me as well.
Okay. And Riabetso, for you, why did you choose? You said the LTE service from Vodacom.
Initially, I wanted to go for fiber because in the Western Cape when I was staying there, I used fiber, but we don't have cover in this area of Bloemfontein, so I opted for Vodacom because I don't know, I think the price ranges, yeah, they were the
Okay.
thing.
So what you're saying, Riabetso, what I hear you saying is that if you had a choice and fiber was in your area, you would have taken fiber.
Yes, because I spend a lot of time using fiber in Stellenbosch.
Okay, okay. Shani, the same question to you. Are you in a fiber area where you live currently?
Yes, and I would use fiber next if I move on from my LTE, definitely.
Okay, okay. But currently your LTE is delivering on what you needed to do.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone using 5G or 5G connectivity at this stage? Okay, so most are LTE or the two are LTE and Melvin, I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah, well, I'd say the 5G is mostly just like for mobile data. So it's when I'm out roaming, etc. I'll use
Okay, so that's
5G.
on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So I want to ask you the just from a research point of view, and this is also helping our client with this. So if you had to do a online search, right? With the hope of acquiring a home internet solution or a home internet product. Let's just say we know you are at the stage where you've got this trigger. This trigger is you're working now, you need data, you're studying, you're doing your honors, you're an online gamer, or all those kind of things that we said were the triggers that got us to get internet. FOMO, we don't want to miss out. I want to understand if you had to tomorrow morning start the process of searching for information or searching to get the right product, what would you, if you had to go on a general online search, let's take, for example, Google, what words would you be typing into your search bar to start your journey of getting the product for your home? I just want to start assessing what is our naming searches that we would put together to get the right information. Melvin, what would you type? in an online search?
ISP operators in the area.
ISP operators in the area. Anything else?
Wi-Fi availability in the area, I suppose.
What? Okay, let's just go with all the names. Wi-Fi availability. Okay. Shani, for you, if you had to do a Google search.
Consistent or reliable Wi-Fi.
Consistent or reliable Wi-Fi. Okay. That's our general search. Anything else, Shani, that you would type in to get to that solution?
Not that I can think of now. No.
Okay. Ria Betswe, for you, what are you typing into that Google search bar?
Affordable and reliable.
Affordable and reliable what?
Yes.
Ria Betswe, what are we typing?
Yes, affordable and reliable Wi-Fi.
Affordable and
Maybe
reliable Wi-Fi.
maybe go in cheapest while we're at it.
You'll add in cheapest.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So you'll type in cheapest Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay.
But reliable.
Huh?
Cheapest but reliable. Yeah.
Cheapest but reliable. Okay, I must write that word in reliable. Okay. Jadine, if you had to start the search now from scratch and you go in Google, what are we typing?
I'll say, uh, what's the best service provider?
What? So are you saying you would type in what's the best service provider?
Yeah, best service provider or best Wi-Fi package.
Best service provider and best Wi-Fi package.
Yeah, best service provider for Wi-Fi.
Best service provider for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay. Neil, what are you typing in?
I'd probably just search highest rated Wi-Fi providers in South Africa.
Highest rated?
Yeah, based on, I just usually, whenever I search something, that's usually the first thing I go to.
Okay, so let me just get those words again there, Neil. It was highest rated Wi-Fi
providers in South Africa.
Wi-Fi providers in SA. Okay. Anything else? Any other combination of naming or word search that you'll do?
Not really. Once if it shows me a list of that, then I'd usually go and just from there on compare prices and that. I don't really think I would use a different search.
Okay, so from that we'll go to the list. Tando, you would.
Cool. So I would just search best interest. Internet service providers near me, or I would just ask chat to find it for me.
Okay, so it's best internet provider near me.
Yes. Alternatively, I'll just go into chat and ask chat to find the best options.
Okay. Who is the best? Okay. Danielle, for you, what would you put in a search on Google?
Something like just like most recommended Wi-Fi
Danielle?
for that specific area.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you type?
Something like most recommended Wi-Fi for that area.
So most
Something
recommended Wi-Fi for the specific area that you're searching for.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would type in for that specifically?
No.
Okay. Okay. So generally, if I look at the list that you've provided, it would appear as though we are not really specifically at a general search in Google, searching for a particular service provider by name, We are also not searching, interesting, if I look at this list, we are also not searching for a product by name. Shani, you wanted to say?
Yes, now that I think of it, I would search for fiber,
Okay.
service providers related to fiber, and yes.
But what are you typing in? I want to see what you're typing in that
Um,
Google search.
Fiber connections or fiber providers.
Okay, fiber providers, fiber connections. Okay. So just coming back and now Shani has included the product name, but I wanted to ask the rest of the team and also to Shani is why is it that the way we search on Google isn't necessarily specific to a service provider, nor is it specific to the final product? A lot of you have the word Wi-Fi in your searches, and then generally it's also got the general term service provider. So you're looking for a broad naming or selection. Why are we doing it that way, Neil? What would you say?
For me, it's just to first get that list of service providers who have been highly rated, and from there on into their specific products available, dive into what's the best options, what's the best package, what's the best routers to go along with the package, and so forth.
Okay, thanks for that. Melvin, why do you think we are going this broad search and not specific to service provider nor product?
I think I'd have to tend to agree with Neil. It's sort of like that foundation start, and then you delve deeper into the research. So you get the list first, and then you start doing comparisons, looking at the packages, instead of just going directly into one service provider. You kind of want to compare the different offers you have in hand.
Okay, so that opportunity to compare is what is important for you. Tando, for you, any different sentiment or comment?
Well, I agree with Neil and Melville. I think when I start searching, I have an open mind. I think usually I'd be like, okay, I'd know what I don't want so that I know, like, okay, I'm not going to go with these people. And then be like, okay, and then make my list and narrow it down to what I actually agree with.
Okay. Okay, Jadine's just on the call there. Okay, so we're saying that the general approach is more to find a list that we can allow us to do comparison, and then we delve into. So when we're using Google, it's more the broader search for a recommended service provider or a recommended package depending on what we typed into Google, right? Now, I want you now to let's say we did the Google search and we get to a particular service provider website. So now you're not on Google anymore. You're on the website of a particular service provider. When you are on that website, I want to try and understand, and they've got a search engine or a search button, or they've got tabs. What would you be looking for in that search? What words, what banners, what would you be specifically looking for to click on, again, to get to your home internet research package or the package that you want? What would those words be, Shani?
Maybe the installation process of what would the process be to acquire that internet or Wi-Fi package.
Okay, but you would look at the installation process. But let me take a step back. Remember now, Shani, what we've done is we've gone on Google, Google has given us a whole list of company names. We've now decided, let's go to MWeb or to Vodacom or to Telkom or to OpenServe or to whoever the providers are in South Africa. You've gone to their website. Now that you're on the website, how would you go about getting what words, or if they had a search bar, now that you've now dealing with the service provider, what searches would we do, or what banners would we want to see to click on in order to get to the information that we are looking for? And remember, we're looking for a home internet solution. So let's think about it that way. I know you said you look at the installation process, but I'm saying let's take it back to, I've now gotten to www.mweb or www.vodacom or www.mtn. What am I looking for next to take me to the next level of research?
Probably the packages they offer.
Okay, so you would look at
also prices of those packages.
So packages and prices. Tando, what are you looking for? Where would you be clicking? What tabs or word searches would be if you are on a service provider site?
I'll just search fiber and then scroll down through the different packages.
So you will search by product. You will say fiber. So you're looking for something that says fiber.
Yeah, so after I've done the research from Google, got onto the website, I'll just search fiber and then look at the different fiber options.
Okay. Neil, for you?
I'm going to go I have to lean with Tando on that one. I'd search fiber and then go look at the different options. But I'm going to be honest, my next step after that would be actually just screenshotting the options, putting it in ChatGPT and asking it to explain what the differences would be between these packages, how it would influence the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so just explain that to me, Neil. You say you would put it all into GPT to say what's the difference between?
Yeah, so I take screenshots of all the packets available, explain what my use would basically be, what I would need the Wi-Fi for, and also what would the differences be, what package would give me a consistent speed, and generally just for the speed wise, the upload and download speed.
Okay. Melvin, for you?
I think the first thing I'd look at would be the coverage to see if that specific operator offers, like Lutanda said, fiber, or is it LTE within my specific area?
Okay. So it's the coverage. You will look at the coverage map first to see if you are covered.
Yeah, with that specific type of coverage. Is it fiber coverage? Is it LTE coverage? Yeah.
Okay, so you would go to coverage first. Ria Bexwe?
I would look at Wi-Fi LTE packages.
You would go on and you would look for Wi-Fi LTE packages as a heading. Okay. Jadine, if you had to go to a service provider website, let's say you were Telkom, and you get to the Telkom website, what words, or where are you going to find what you're looking for your home internet? What words would you be looking for?
Well, if I have to go on the Telkom website, there will be
There'll be what?
Basically, on the menu, there will be an option for home internet. So I will click on there and see what is there. There will be an option for home internet because I know the Telkom website. So there will be an option for home internet, and I'll just go and see what the available packages there is.
Okay.
And then I'll check for coverage.
So you're saying, Jadine, when you get to the service provider website, you will look for home internet, click on home internet to see what they offer under home internet. Okay, so you first look at the category and then you look at the product.
At the product, yes.
Okay.
And compare the different options available.
Okay. Maybe if we just take that, I haven't lost Melvin. I just didn't see Melvin's picture. service providers wanted to make the process of search an easier process for consumers on their websites, what naming convention do you think would be easier for consumers to understand when specifically looking for a internet solution for their home? What categories, if you have mobile, which we know mobile is mobile, as one area, what other names would also work to speak to the need for home internet as a category? I just want to write down any names that you guys that comes to mind for you guys. Ria Betswick,
Wi-Fi
what could
router
they?
included.
No, I'm talking about the category. For remember we're talking about a home internet solution. What could that category be called that would make it easy for you to know that you're looking at home internet solutions?
A category that explains whether the Wi-Fi router is included or not in the package, I think.
Okay, so you're looking at the detail of the package. What is
Yeah.
I'm saying before you get to the detail of the package, is there any name that they could use to tell you that this is dealing with home internet packages or home internet solutions or products that you can use for your home?
SIM card packages.
Okay.
Mm.
SIM card packages. Tani, for you? Anything?
I can't think of anything at this moment.
Okay. Lutando?
Not a different. I mean, with home internet, I can't think, but I think with what I don't know. When I was looking for like stronger, well, better network on the road, I was struggling LTE and all these things. I think a good name would be like Wi-Fi on the go or internet on the go. Something to indicate that this is not just for your home. You can like it's uncapped and you can use it wherever.
Okay, so you're saying Wi-Fi on the go, but what would that name then be for the home? Would what name would you be comfortable if we're just trying to create a category for home?
Home internet.
Okay, so home internet can work for you?
Yes.
Okay. Neil, for you?
I'd just say home Wi-Fi package, and then under the subcategory for fiber, LTE, and the other option.
Okay, so you're saying home Wi-Fi packages,
Yeah,
and then underneath it you would have all the detail.
yeah, like split it into the LTE, fiber, and then like just the different options, and then put that on
LTE,
the packages they offer in each one.
fiber. Okay. Melvin, for you, what is I mean, if because remember you can use any name. Some people have now said home internet. Is there another name or word that could have been used that would equally have been a strong enough to let consumers know, okay, here they're talking about home internet offers or things like that?
No, not really. I mean, home is the best word you could use to describe that, honestly.
Okay. So home internet is best. Okay. Danielle, for you?
I also feel like home internet solutions is like pretty direct, like you know what it means.
Okay, home internet solutions. And then someone can go into there and look at that. And then let's now, for argument's sake, say that you've now gotten to this category and you've typed in home internet or home internet solution or home Wi-Fi packages. Let's just say that we've got those as the higher banner, and now we go into the products. Is there any naming convention that you think is suitable to split the different products that's available for the home?
Um,
Danielle?
I'm not sure. I think as long as like simple and direct, it's like yeah, but I can't think of like a specific. Yeah.
Okay. So you say you can't think of something specific. Latando, if they had to split their portfolio of products into a simpler way for customers to find and look at the packages, what would you think that could be?
I don't. Well, not off the top of my head, I can't really think. But I do feel like when it comes to Wi-Fi and all these things, there is a little bit of a learning curve because LTE, fiber, all these things. You're gonna have to just figure out what it is. I feel like if there's a process to make it easier, but I just think it's not something that I think I can change. Or I think it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve to know what the different packages are and what they mean.
Okay. But in terms of, let's say that the service provider will worry about the education, what would
Yeah.
you still name? What would you still name these subcategories of product? And I've taken note about what you're saying is there needs to be a learning curve for these things like LTE and things like that. But
Yeah.
what naming convention do you still think would make it easier for people to know what product they're looking for?
I don't know. I'd probably be like LTE. I'd call it like SIM card Wi-Fi. I'd call the router Wi-Fi. Um, just make it easy for myself. I don't know.
Okay. Melvin, for you, you said that home internet works as a bigger category, but when it comes down to the lower product level, is there any recommendation that you think you would make for?
I'd have to kind of concur with Lutando on this one. It is a bit of a learning curve, specifically if you don't know what type of package type you're looking for. Like, I mean, most people would genuinely just go there, look for a buzzword like fiber, and then go for that, but not knowing that fiber is not a coverage point in that. So I think there'd need to be like maybe like a short description of the different types. Like fiber, this is what it is. It's dedicated. LTE, this is what it is. It means SIM card in a router on a phone, something in that regard. So it would be choosing your home internet, getting to a point and choosing like package type, and within that having like a list of here's fiber, this is kind of like what it means. Here's LTE, basically means here's a SIM card, put it on a router and you're good to go. Something that kind of just explains that to people.
Okay. I'm gonna swing back to this, but I want to ask you guys I'm gonna show you something, and I just want to get your thoughts on it. It's not a thought. I mean, it's not a final list. It's not the conclusive list. It's just a bunch of names that has been branded around, and that some people in other groups have also mentioned. And I just want to see how they resonate with you. I'm going to call it up and then I'm going to share my screen with you so that you see. So if I'm disappeared for a moment there, um, please don't be alarmed. I will be, let me just see where it is. Okay, it's there. Where's the Zoom meeting? There's the Zoom meeting. I'm just going to share my screen quickly with you. So let me go to Sheen Street. Please tell me when you can see the presentation.
You can see it.
I can see it.
Yes.
Okay, so remember, do you see the full screen or do you see the note screen?
The notes screen.
Okay, so let me just see where I can quickly just swap the display. I just want to move this so I can say just display. Please tell me when you can see the full screen.
I can see the full screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember we did this part where I said when you do the Google search, what would you have typed in? So this is the crux of what we are discussing, just to give you an idea. And for for this thought. So remember, I asked you if you got to a service provider website and they maybe have had the category personal, business, enterprise, so that people would know which segment they are, which customer segment they are, or what they're specifically looking for. And let's say we went into personal. The first question that I asked for you was if this was split between mobile and what other category to help us understand that we're looking for a internet product for our house. What would we want to see? Seemingly everybody agreed that said, look, we could look at home internet, we could look at home internet solution, we could look at um, home Wi-Fi packages as the first tier of how to split mobile to the different categories. Do you still remember that?
Yeah.
And do you agree now that if this was a broad, high level category, that the likes of home internet solutions, and there was another one, home Wi-Fi packages could be considered here in this
Yeah.
area to help you understand where to go? Shani, would this have worked for you?
Um, yes, I think so.
Okay. So then at a next level, we had then said that, okay, once we got the name there, we would then ask what is going to be convenient for you to search by product, right? On the lower level. So I want to bring you back to just this discussion and say, if we're trying to find this first question mark, right? Remember, we're trying to get this one now. That's on the big broad category. And I showed you these names. And some of the names that you've even mentioned may have also appeared. Oh, sorry, I see that number 10 and number 1 are exactly the same. So forgive me there. But wanted to ask you, of these specific names that are here, are there any ones that are standing out for you as making it easier for you to understand the broad category for home products for the internet? So we've got internet, home Wi-Fi, home internet, fixed wireless access, home wireless access, home fixed internet, home fiber solution, home Wi-Fi internet, home fiber LTE, home broadband, and wireless home internet. So now my question is, what keywords should this service provider consider keeping into this broad category? Does the word home work? Does the home wireless work? Sean, if you look at them now, are there any names that stand out for you to easily associate it with home internet?
Yes, home Wi-Fi, number 2 or 3, home internet. Very easy, short.
Okay. So for you, your top choices would have been home Wi-Fi and home internet.
Yes.
Okay. Neil, for you, any other names? I'm just writing them down to see what we got here.
For me, it would be number 13 because someone might have already, even if you know nothing about Wi-Fi, know the name fiber, LTE, 5G, know that it's
So for you,
home
Neil, it's the way they
Wi-Fi.
have home, and it could be home fiber, it could be home LTE, it could be home 5G.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other name that comes up for you there, Neil?
The other one for me is number 2, home Wi-Fi.
Home Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Tando, for you?
Yeah, I would agree with Neil. So the first one that came up for me is home Wi-Fi. Sorry, number 2, home Wi-Fi. But then after Neil said what he said, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because what if I want something else like fiber, LTE, or whatever? So then number 13 would be my second choice.
Okay. So Tando, let me just play devil's advocate. Would it have worked if it just said home fiber, home LTE, or home 5G? Would you have wanted them separate as a standalone home. So you want to see the word home, but you also want to see the technology immediately available.
Yeah. So for me personally, let's say if I'm looking for fiber, if I saw something home fiber, I'm like, okay, that's the one. So either or could work, but if I was like indecisive, I would be like home fiber LTE 5G. But if I like knew what I wanted, I think it would have been cool to have like
Okay.
a home fiber.
Melvin, for you, anything that stands out?
I'd have to follow Neil's answer with that home fiber LTE 5G option. So it'd either be 13 or 14 because home broadband is also encompassing.
Home broadband is encompassing, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to write that down as well. Danielle?
For me, it was also number 13, but also the under list, like it was all like short one word. So I thought like number 7, like just home, like it also works. Because
Home.
everything else is like personal, mobile, business, enterprise, like short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're saying home on its own could have worked, and then you can look under home, what is being offered for the home. Again there, and you also like the home fiber LTE 5G,
Yeah.
possibly there. Riabetswe?
I think home Wi-Fi, yeah, and then home internet could work. Yeah, it's
Okay.
straightforward
So,
and it covers what already most people know.
so we're back to home internet, home Wi-Fi as covering what people already know. I just want to see, Shani, did I discuss with you?
Yes, you did. I
Okay.
said number 2 and 3.
Number two and three. Okay. So those others, why don't the other names typically work for you? If you looked at it, Sean, if I, from the different list, I just want to try and understand why they weren't so strong contenders for your consideration.
I think the shorter names, like I mentioned, does catch my eye faster than reading a lot more words to understand what I'm looking for.
Mm.
Okay, so you don't want to read a lot of words.
Yes.
Okay. Jadine, for you, why did those choices that you selected, why did the others not work?
I didn't select anything yet.
Oh, sorry, Jadine,
You
then I
can
knew I
skip
missed someone. I was
me.
trying to figure out. I kept on thinking, I've missed someone, man. Jadine, come, tell me.
I would go for home internet, but
Mhm.
because it speaks more to me. It's basically telling me why it's needed. What number 13's fiber LTE and 5G is subcategories.
Okay.
But
So
the
home.
home internet is broader and it speaks more of what's available.
Okay, so that's at a broad level, home internet. Um, then just which words didn't work for you, JD? Like which of those others were
The
just a no-go?
just the internet, wireless internet, fixed wireless. Those it doesn't tell me anything about home.
Okay.
The
Okay.
word
So
home is what draws me to that category. Yeah.
so is that word home an important word to bring about clarification, Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it kind of just because if your person doesn't know a lot about Wi-Fi, if you just read fixed wireless access, that's not going to mean much to you. But if you see home internet or home Wi-Fi, you know it's going to be specifically going to go to Wi-Fi options that are applicable for you to get at your home. Me, like going if I didn't know much about Wi-Fi and I just read fixed wireless access, I would have no clue what that means.
Okay. So the technical terms, when it gets too technical, it alienates.
Yeah.
Neil, you would feel like fixed wireless access, and the word broadband. Do you think that works for people to understand?
I feel broadband would still be fine for people to understand.
Okay. Melvin, for you, were there words that just did not work?
I'd have to kind of go with, yeah, like home fiber solution, fixed wireless. It kind of just it's more of a subcategory than just like an all-encompassing name.
Okay.
Because if I saw that, I'd say, okay, then it means it's just only a fiber solution. And it
Okay.
works if I'm looking for a fiber solution. But if I still don't know, it doesn't work.
Okay. Danielle,
I do
the
not know much about
you do,
the internet. So
you
like
do
the home, it came straight to the point to me.
okay. So for you, the home part is important because it kind of
Yeah,
like helps us
yeah.
there. So
And
let
like
me, yes, go ahead.
like Neil said, like I don't know much, but I have heard about fiber, LTE, 5G. That also makes sense to me. But like the rest, you kind of know, not all of them, but like some you really need to know what it is to know what's going on, you know?
And which ones are those for you where you feel, yo, I'm gonna have to need more. I'm gonna have to need education, training, and need more information. Which words are those there?
It's like that fixed wireless access. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't if I didn't know what the topic was, I wouldn't know what it could possibly like they're talking about, you know?
Okay, so words such as fixed wireless access, home wireless, they don't bring clarity or ease of understanding.
No.
Okay. So let's say that right now, based on your the voting, home internet, home Wi-Fi, and home fiber LTE 5G were kind of like chosen as the top three in terms of people's category classification of what a service provider can do to make it easier for you to find the home solution or the home part, right? Are we in agreement with that? So now at a sub level, I want to understand what could then also potentially work when you're now searching for a product. And here we've got words such as fiber, home fiber, LTE, 5G, home LTE, fixed wireless LTE, 5G, fiber broadband, fiber deals, LTE, 5G deals, fiber cap, LTE, 5G, uncapped fiber, uncapped LTE, 5G, home fiber, again LTE, fiber, LTE, 5G, home broadband, home Wi-Fi fiber, and home Wi-Fi LTE, 5G. So again, thinking of those kind of easy, relatable names that you would want to see to make your journey or your search easier on a service provider website. What words now stand out for you when now looking deeper into finding the products that you would be looking for? Jadine, if I start with you.
Uh, I'll go with fiber and 5G, as well as home LTE and home fiber,
So you would say
home
fiber,
Wi-Fi
home fiber.
fiber. Yeah,
Okay. So it's so again
LTE. Well,
that
basically
home
one, two,
word,
three, four.
yeah. So again that home word
That's
comes
home
back for
is.
you, but it's also at the product level, fiber, home fiber, LTE or
Yes,
5G on its own, or home LTE
yes.
5G.
Yeah, like and also there's fiber deals or LTE 5G deals.
Okay. Okay. Shani, for you?
I agree with Jadine with the fiber, LTE, 5G, that category. Those.
Okay. So Jadine, is it okay for you if it's just the product name, like Like, or do you want to see home again? So if you like, remember the previous categories now either going to have home internet,
Yeah.
home solutions, the ones that we've selected. When you come in, when you double click on home, you would now want to see either 5G fiber or LTE 5G.
Yeah, just the product. Home is not a necessary
Home is not necessary.
for
Okay.
it. Just fiber or just LTE or
Hey,
5G.
hey.
Okay.
Or like,
Melvin, for
yeah,
you?
only the product is.
I would say 1, 3, 11, and 12. So fiber, LTE 5G, uncapped fiber, uncapped LTE 5G. Because then I know specifically, okay, if I'm going fiber, I know it's probably capped. If I'm going LTE, it's capped. But if I'm going uncapped fiber, I know it's unlimited, uncapped LTE. So I wouldn't need the word home again because I already know I'm searching for a home solution.
Okay. So you're saying we don't need the word home because we're already under that category, but what you would be looking for is either fiber, LTE 5G, or uncapped fiber, and I think you said uncapped LTE 5G.
Yeah.
Okay. As those differentiations there.
Yeah.
Danielle, is there anything that stands out for you that would have made your search easily now in zooming into the product itself now?
When Melvin said made sense, like fiber, then you know it's probably uncapped. It's capped. There's a uncapped option, so that makes sense to me. Like, yeah, I can't see anything else that stands out for me.
Okay. Okay. Tando?
Well, I would have to agree with Danielle and Malvin. I don't think I have anything to add. They've said it.
Okay. What is it then, Tando, if I can play devil's advocate, about the other names that does not work then? If we've come to the preferred list, I want to just understand what makes those other names not work for you.
I don't think it necessarily. So initially, when we got into this question, I went into the mindset that Shani had with the home, this, home, that. Then Melvin said, okay, if you're on the home, you probably then know, okay, when it's capped fiber, uncapped fiber, all these things. So that I think that's how I got to my conclusion. Like I actually just agree with Melvin and Danielle, because then I'd know. It's not necessarily that the other phrasing didn't stand out or well, like less preferred. I just think I agreed with what they said.
Okay. Okay. And then Riabetwe, for you?
I would keep the home word there. I mean, it resonates so much with it separates the enterprises and the corporate and just reminds people that they are there. So I would go with home fiber and home LTE. Yeah. And it also keeps the the rhythm dynamic there to just remind people that it's not that much of a technicality because a lot of people are uneducated when it comes to this. I'm talking about the general population, not us youngsters. So I think the word home just resonates with a lot of the population, clients, I mean,
So
customers.
yeah, so Riabetwe, if I understand you correctly, you're saying that if we look at home internet as a category, when you double click on home internet, you would want to see now home 5G, home LTE, home fiber. And
Yes,
then one would then know what you are looking for and double click on that to get the different packages.
yes.
Okay, okay. Shani, for you?
Um, what stand out for me?
Yeah, so in terms of
Oh, yes, I said the fiber and number 1 and 3.
1 and 3, sorry, you said directly go to fiber or LTE 5G. Would we want to
Yes,
see LTE and 5G separate or together? Do you think that they
I
should
think
split them apart?
yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Someone said something? I don't know. I thought I heard someone. So Tando,
So it was
was
me.
it you? Okay.
Yeah, no, I was just telling the dog to stop. My bad.
Okay. No. So just on that question, Tando, with LTE and 5G, do you think that a service provider should separate them or keep them together that people would know what they are?
I think so. Yeah, when I went into these things, I think I've searched for LTE. When I learned about it, I think it was very confusing at first. So I think to separate them, just to clarify on what they are and what they do individually, you know?
Okay. Then, so I'm just checking who have not asked their view. Neil, have I asked you?
No.
Okay. So in terms of the recommendation that you would have, Neil, are there any things that stands out for you?
Yeah, for me, I'd have it as fiber on its own, LTE on its own, and 5G on its own, and then subcategories under that, you have the uncapped and capped options.
Okay. So it's basically having the products fiber, LTE, and 5G as separate, and under that you're saying having capped and uncapped packages.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you there? Okay, I just want to see any. I'm just trying to drag. Okay. Okay. So just to sum up this section now for us is saying that yes, if if they want to expand on or make the search journey easier for you, the first level that we said was keep it concise, keep the name short, and that we agreed was either home or home internet as a recommendation for the broader category. Then going down into the products, once you it seems that again the desire is to keep it more concise and focused to the product itself, either being fiber, LTE, or 5G. And with that said, Neil expanded to say, well, then you could bring in your uncapped or your capped services. Do we all understand what is meant, Shani, when they say capped or uncapped?
Yes, I think I understand what's uncapped and
What, so
capped Wi-Fi.
what do you understand them to mean when they say capped?
I feel capped is there's a certain amount that you can use of the internet or Wi-Fi speed, and then uncapped you can use more likely.
Okay.
I've uncapped.
With your current packages, which packages are you subscribing to, Shani? You said you've got
Uncapped.
uncapped.
Yes.
Okay. Jadine, you?
Uncapped.
Uncapped. Neil?
Uncapped.
Then Danielle?
Uncapped.
Okay. Melvin and Lutando, would it also be uncapped?
Yeah,
Yes.
home Wi-Fi, yeah, the home Wi-Fi is uncapped. My phone
Okay.
uncapped.
So as we end off the discussion, I just wanted to ask you this question. With the speed that you're using, Melvin, what is the speed that you're using and how important is that speed for you?
Well, I'm using 120 megabytes per second. It really is important because, well, for one, I really don't like buffering or whatnot. And then for work as well, I have a lot of virtualized meetings, etc. So I always have to be connected at a certain speed.
Okay. Neil, what speed do you use in terms of your package, and is it important for you?
I use 50 upload and download. Yeah, I think it could possibly go lower for my necessities because I don't necessarily have a lot of online meetings and that. So it could go lower, but at the same time, it's not consistently 50 ever. So it probably would just be a lot slower. So I think I'd keep it the same as what it's now.
Okay. Danielle, for you, what internet speeds are you using with your current package?
If I remember right, it's like 60. Um, it's just kind of like the router was like already in the place, and they say what the previous people's package was. I just went with the same because it clearly worked there. And yeah, but I generally don't have a lot of meetings or anything like that, so I don't have any issues. Yeah, I don't know if I need fast or slower. I don't really know.
Okay, Shani, for you?
Mine's also 50, between 50 and 60, and it is also important for me because of the work I do at home.
Okay, okay. Rebecca, do you know what speed you are on for your home connectivity?
Yes, it's 150 MBS.
150 mbs on
Yes,
your
but
mobile
I'm on the
LTE.
capped. Yes, I'm on the capped package, not the uncapped.
So how many gigs of data do you use a month, or does your package allow you?
So it allows me to use 200 gig day and 200 gig night.
Okay, so you've got a 400 gig total package, but you've got 200 by day, 200 by night with 150 megabits per second speed on your
Yes.
connectivity.
And the day 200 gig it rolls over onto the next month, so it doesn't expire.
Okay. So you've got rolling over of unused data that goes. Okay, guys. I wanna thank you for your time. I tried to make up time that we could have possibly lost during the network glitch that we had. But thank you very much for the sharing and your openness. I pray that you guys all have a good weekend, and the token of appreciation for your participation that will be deposited into your banking details that you've provided. So on behalf of MarkData, I just want to say thank you to you guys.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.